Here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. Predictions. Predictions now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as predictions are open for the next 2 minutes. We'll see how this series, or where the series does take us. Now again, herO did take down Bjorn earlier, but Bjorn was also being crazy, he was being wild. If you remember, he was going Mass Cyclone, he was playing Mech against Protoss, which is a very rare thing, and it is a very niche build. Alas, Bjorn was shut down. And we'll see how Clem does approach this. Again, Clem, he is the best player in the world. Clem is the heavy favorite to take the entire tournament. We've seen time and time again, Clem, when it comes to these online weeklies, he has been unstoppable for the most part. I do think, as of late, the only player to actually pose a threat to Clem has been Shin. We've seen Shin defeat Clem a couple of different times in these online tournaments, in best of 3s and best of 5s. It's been actually quite impressive to see Shin just ape it up. I mean, it's just been cheese mainly. It's been just a lot of all-ins out of Shin, a lot of all-ins. But when it comes to this matchup, Clem has been looking untouchable. He's been looking very dominant over MaxPax. MaxPax is known for his longer macro game. Ooh. As looks like one of our Korean casters is lagging out. Inu, don't like this. Shout out to Into the Inu. He does cast in Korean, but it looks like having some latency issues. Hopefully everything is okay, and hopefully he can reconnect. Otherwise, I'm sure he can join us for the rest of the series. But once again, referring to Clem's TVP, again, he's been looking very dominant over MaxPax, defeating him week after week after week. Showtime and herO have been doing what they can, but if you recall, I mentioned before that herO has been on vacation. herO, he has been taking some time off after EWC. herO only recently came back last week to competitive play, so herO is still shaking off the rust, and herO has a very different approach compared to MaxPax. herO is a much more aggressive, much more dynamic player. He does often think outside the box, and he can be a little bit harder to read. It's a different skill set, is what I will say. Different skill set compared to MaxPax. We'll see if he can trip Clem up. See if he can. As currently, I will say that Clem has the best TVP in the world. Based on his recent performances against MaxPax, herO, and Showtime, Clem is insane. It's like, it's crazy how strong he is and how dominant he has been in this matchup. A lot of it is thanks to MaxPax, true. You know, MaxPax, he kind of molded and formed Clem into what he is for the most part. And then Clem went to Korea and evolved even more. For now, single gas opener, but going for a faster factory. Very interesting choice here by Clem. Going into the initial Hellion. And proxying across the map, going for a Hellion drop. It's been a couple of months since I've seen this, not gonna lie. Hellion drop opener out of Clem. It's a little bit out of fashion, it's a little bit outdated, but I mean, it checks out. Oh, this makes sense. My apologies, as herO was forced to take the unnatural natural. Very awkward setup out of herO. I was a little bit distracted by the timeouts and all that stuff. But herO is vulnerable. He's vulnerable to aggression. He's going to be opening up Stargate. Does have a wall set up here at the ramp. Does have a shield battery, splitting up his units. And again, it takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe. And probes, they're prone to lining up. Clem should be building up to 4 Hellions. There we go, the 4th Hellion has arrived, and Clem is moving out. He's going for the drop. And for now, herO's in the dark. herO does not know what's going on. He is split between the bases. And he will be able to live with the Phoenixes. Clem, I believe he has not yet scattered much of the tech. Doesn't really know what he's walking into. herO's going to have 2 lifts available. Soon to be 3. Drop comes in. Hellions are scouted. There's the first lift. But the Hellions that get into the mid-range probes are going down. There's a second lift as well. And herO, he should be fine. should clean this up. He's going to lose 4 probes in the process. Oh, losing 5 probes. But that could have been so much worse. That could have been worse. So a good reaction here out of herO. Clem does get damaged, but now herO gains map control and he can move out. He can move out for a counterattack. Back at home, Clem building up, getting to his own 3-1-1 setup. 3 Raxes, 1 factory, 1 starport. Phoenix is trying to punish that medevac. Can they get it? It's going to be close. And it looks like they will. Medevac goes down. Locon is broken. Adepts have arrived. They will manage to pick off some of these Marines. Just 2 Marines, 1 Adept. Not the best trade for herO. Well, slightly better for Clem. Behind this, getting into his bio. And herO likewise getting into his 3rd. So from here, after the early game aggression, we're calming things down, we're building up. herO is taking his natural, probing up, getting into his forge. It looks like Phoenix into charge lot, just based on the forge instead of the robo. Yeah, Twilight Council's on the way, this should be for charge. A very active style, as opposed to the otherwise more defensive style of Phoenix Colossus, which herO is avoiding. He's going to be avoiding those Colossus. Now, when it comes to charge lot, or this kind of charge lot composition, this is ideal if the Terran player is going to be aggressive. If the Terran wants to move out and it wants to push into you, then there's going to be that much less SimCity against the Zealots. That's kind of the big weak point here of charge lots, is that they are melee-based units, so if they have to try to break a 3rd or break a natural, if there's bunkers, depots, SimCity, and reduced surface area, then a Protoss player can struggle. But if it's a fight out in the open, that's where they can thrive. That's where herO can pop off. As Clem is moving out, charge is on the way, as we mentioned. Charge and +1 armor. But before charge kicks in, here comes Clem. Clem is moving out with Stim. Stim is finishing up. There is going to be a shield battery. There's going to be an overcharge. Only a handful of gateway units. herO, he's in trouble. He's defending with mainly Phoenix. This is the big weak point here of Phoenix base opener. He has only Phoenixes to defend. That's a lot of Marines. That's a lot of bio. There's a first Stim. Stim gets forced out. There's the overcharge. Clem will retreat. He respects the overcharge. He's going to try to wait it out. And once it runs out, Clem can dive back in. This time with Widow Mines. Charge is almost done. herO needs a little bit more time. As herO does not get the Marauders. Pick up a Marine. Now to 4 Widow Mines. herO, he's up against the wall. And the overcharge on cooldown. 1 Phoenix goes down. Clem gets a Phoenix. Threatening a dive. Oh. Widow Mines trying to get baited out by the probe. Charge kicks in. Macho goes off, but with these charges, looks like herO, he should be able to hold on. I say that, we're running out of Zealots. Oh my god. Another Macho goes off. There's so many Marines behind this. herO needs another warp in. Desperately so. Warp in does complete. Falling back to the shield batteries. Overcharge is available. Nice pickups. Shuts down the Marines. And hero's holding. Here he is holding on. Does reinforce once again. There's 2 Widow Mines behind this. Mine shot's about to go up. Up! Pretty good connections. Mine shots on the Zealots, but the Phoenixes, they reign supreme. They shut down the main army. And he's running out of steam. Oh, forcing friendly fire. herO will clean this up. I say that the Marauders, they can hold their own. Marauders, they clean up the gateway army. Not enough energy for a lift. herO's not out of this yet. Hitting up all these Widow Mines. herO taking a 4th base. Likewise, Clem establishing his 3rd. herO has to calm down. It was a very close hold here for herO. Did lose all of his Stalkers. Did lose a good chunk of his Phoenixes as well. Now working towards Colossus. Chargel's moving out. Widow Mines Somewhat in position. herO, he may have spotted them. Spot some marauders. Oh! The mine shots! Juicy connections. Mine shot goes off. Clem pulls away. herO does not get the second Widow Mine. Oh. And taking a lot of damage. Not very worth it in the end. herO has to pull away, establishing his fourth. And now it's on herO to buy time for splash damage. Like, Zealots can be good, but against this much bio, against Ghosts and EMPs, Zealots are not good enough. We need Storm, Disruptor, or Colossus. We need something! First Colossus is on the way, but it might just be too late. As hero's trying to buy time. Clem pushing forward. No charge gets popped. Widowmine shots will not go off. Very nice pickups. A beautiful engage there by herO. Shuts down all the Widowmines. Does take an EMP to the face. Another EMP lands. But herO, he does shut down most of the army. Has to pull back. Ooh. His army is very padded, very bruised. Has taken a lot of hull damage. But the Disruptor has arrived. The Colossus as well. herO, he can hold. He can shut this down. Holding onto the Nova. Nova goes off. Takes down the Widowmine. Clem pulling away. Building up more Colossus. Again, Clem has just been so aggressive, so in the face of herO, but barely hasn't broken him. Now getting to Blink Stalkers, done with Phoenixes. Meanwhile, Clem has the Concave. Oh. You're pulling away. Never goes off. Gets the Widowmine. herO just kind of dancing with the main army. Has no intention to commit. He's expanding behind this. Getting to more Disruptors. Still just making one Robo unit at a time. Sorry, there we go. Second Robo is up. Making two at a time. Two Disruptors. Oh, the Widowmine. Oh! Oh my god. No! Marshal going off, taking down a Phoenix. God, these Phoenixes are so low. herO playing with fire. Calm down. And even here, being active with this army is so fragile. EVs connect once again on the Phoenixes. No lifts. Army does stim. Nova goes off. Doesn't connect. Second Nova sending back the army. It grazes some of the forces. Oh, the Nova. Better connection. But the Prism goes down. War Prism does fall. Clemmy's on the hunt. He wants a Colossus. He wants them. Forces the overcharge. EMP does connect. He has to pull back. Regenerating those shields. Pushing forward. But once again, brutal EMPs here on the Phoenixes. herO with the pre-split. The spread. Not bad. Better engaged by herO, but he bleeds out most of those Phoenixes. Phoenix count almost resets, and the Colossus are exposed. herO has to rely on those Disruptors. One Colossus goes down, there's two left. Two Colossus remaining. Both armies are maxed out. I'm looking for a way in. herO wasting some of these Novas. He's got two Novas left. The rest are on cooldown. About to come off. And here he dives in. Goes to the Blink, takes down a good chunk of Ghosts. Nova's turning away. Vikings going down. Two Colossus left. Soon to be down to one. Down to zero. The Colossus count is reset. Oh, massive connection on the Ghost. The Novas are looking too bad. Behind this, Clem now embracing Liberator production. The freedom, it's coming. Is taken to the skies. herO mass expanding. The armies, they actually miss each other. Oh. They do pass by. Going for a bit of a base trade. Yeah, Clem is going for the 4th. At the same time, herO is going for the Nexus, or going for the Planetary. Boys are being pulled to repair. Nexus will go down. As Zealots, they hit the 3rd. They catch some of the Vikings. Massive Novas. Good connections. SCVs are going down. The Planetary should fall. At the same time, Zealots are wreaking havoc in the natural, and the 3rd base workers are going down, and Clem doesn't stop either. Knocking down another expansion, the 3rd base. The base trade. Bases are falling left and right. herO's pushing in. He wants the main. The Novas. Massive connections. They take down the SCVs. They knock down the front door. herO, can he get in? Meanwhile, Clem is not slowing down, going for the natural. herO, he does recall. Does recall back home. herO's army is split. Oh. Army is split up. Clem going for the center expansion. herO trying to set up a surround. Zealots, they trickle in a little bit too soon. Zealots are going down. Novas are going up. They do not connect. And the Gateway army is crumbling. Clem takes out the disruptors. The trades are too good. Clem, he shuts down the main army. Massive connections. But doesn't matter. Is it too late? herO, he forces the pickup. Gets a medevac, gets a Viking. But here he lost a lot of disruptors in that fight. He saves the expansion. Saves the Nexus. Clem, he's scanning. He doesn't know about bottom left. I mean, there's no saturation. herO's transferring. It's going up. Zoning back the army. herO bleeding out of the Stalker. The Liberator count a little bit too high. Decent connection with the Nova. Liberators are going down. Disruptors are on cooldown. They need more time. But here come the Zealot reinforcements, and herO, he holds. He holds. He shuts down the main army. Cleans everything up. Where's the army of Clem? It's in medevacs. It's mainly a medevac-based army. Clem, he's running out of steam. Down to 46 workers. 1.5 base economy, or essentially 1.5 bases. herO, he's on 2. Catching, transferring workers. 2 SCVs going down. Here, slipping in. Catching a Liberator, not bad. Has to get the hell out of here. herO pulling away, getting caught out. Uh oh. Picks up a medevac. Blinks away, takes some eye shots to the face. Oof. Very efficient Widowmine. You're trying to escape. Pulling back to the disruptors. Meanwhile, the cannon is found, and Clem, now he knows. Now he has scouted the expansion. Did go by unnoticed. herO pushing in. Oh, gets 2 ghosts. Very nice connections. Picks up a couple of Marines for the price of 1 disruptor. herO trying to re-expand, getting a 3rd. Meanwhile, Clem, he does pick up. He goes for the drop. Again, he scouted the base earlier. He's aware. And there's not much to defend. There's 1 cannon and 1 shield battery. herO, he's not ready for this. So it's getting picked up. Drop gets revealed. Does have a defensive warp in. And he's forced to recall, which means Clem, he can go for the base on the right-hand side. Recall's now on cooldown. Main army pushing in. No recall available. There's a Colossus, but it's exposed. Colossus is exposed. It's going to go down as well. Massive pickup. Colossus goes down. herO out of position. Rover gets depowered. Again, that was a massive pickup. Disruptor goes down as well. herO a little bit trigger happy. Bleeds out the Novas. And he's getting pulled apart. It looks like Clem, he's done it. Takes out every single disruptor. And there's not much left. There's not much left over. Again, this double drop, it basically won Clem the game here. It just pulled herO apart. And now Clem, he can knock down the expansion. Double drop coming back in. More probes falling. There's just nothing left. Only a Gateway army. Clem has done it. Takes out the Stalkers, the Zealots, the Robo. GG gets called, and Clem takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, herO just spread too far, too thin towards the end of that game. His bases were so spread out, and he didn't have the supply to split between the bases, or didn't have the wherewithal to split between the bases either. And Clem did pull him apart. GG, well played. But it was a very close game. Definitely there were some strong moments for herO, especially when getting into the base trade. But did it go the way of Clem in the end? And with that, Clem takes a lead. And it does take a lead, and now we're getting ready for game number 2. Here we go. Which server is this match on? Korea versus Europe should be on the Americas. Should be alternating between West and Central. Here we go. Even as a Terran, I feel a little bit embarrassed about how good the map pool is for Terran, especially TVZ. I mean, that was the intention. If you recall, when the map pool was announced, like, it was intentionally meant to favor Terran a little bit more. I mean, to help balance things, just because if you recall, serO was winning everything. So it is kind of cool that that the maps, or I should say that the way the game is being balanced is kind of a little bit more reminiscent of Brood War, if you recall. I don't know if you're familiar, but for Brood War, they don't actually get balance patches. They balance and patch the game with maps. So if certain styles or certain strategies are a little bit too strong or too weak, then maps will kind of reflect that and will try to help or try to deter certain things. And it does actually impact the meta quite a bit. To a lesser extent, it also impacts StarCraft 2. But that was by design. And now we're getting into the second game. Getting into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Post-Youth, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing DragonKy Z Gaming. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean, the French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Clem. I think it was a very intense game 1 there between Clem and herO. Honestly, that could have gone either way. That could have gone either way. There were good moments for both players. Alas, in the end, Clem was able to pull herO apart and take the first game. But I would love to see an ace match. Regardless of how this goes, whether it goes the way of Clem or it goes the way of herO, I would love to see a game 3. I'm greedy like that, just to get the most out of these two players. We'll see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get there. As herO is going for an economic gate expand. And Clem should be doing the same. And now we can take a moment to even speak about the map. We're loading into Post-Youth, a very unusual map of the map pool. This is, of course, another big factor of the current map pool that was intentional, is a lot more unorthodox maps. Maps like Amphion, Dynasty, Post-Youth, Crimson Court. No real standard maps among them. They all have their own quirks. They all have their own kind of twist to them. And this one, of course, being the in-base natural, the hybrid gold. The hybrid base here. Inside the main does mean you can cut corners. We have seen a lot of Terran players go for 3cc 3 racks on Post-Youth. I'm curious if Clem will do the same, or if he calms things down and goes for a different kind of opener. We shall see. But yeah, it took a while. It took a couple of years, but this most recent map pool is probably, I would say, the most chaotic, the most polarizing map pool we've had in a very long time. It took a while to get here. I know that the map pools are getting quite stale, especially a couple of years ago, 2020 into 2021, into 2022, into 2023. There was a good period where most of the maps were a little bit more, again, standard and by the book. And I mean, for good reason, right? Like, technically, that is always better for competitive play. Like, everyone wants more standard games or more standard maps, at least the players do. But when it comes to a viewer perspective, and when it comes to an esports and a spectator game as well, It is not the worst idea to mix things up at least a little bit. I'm of the opinion that they went a little bit too far with the amount of quirky maps in this map pool. I feel like 2 or 3 is enough. They went a little bit overboard with it. But regardless, I mean, it is really cool to see that we still do get, you know, a couple of maps on Post-Truth every now and then, a couple of maps on Dynasty. Like today we saw Dynasty once with Shin. We probably won't see it again, but... oh no, we saw it in the PvP earlier. Every now and then. And we'll see what the next map pool holds. You know, soon TM, right? Soon TM with the next map pool. And soon TM with the next patch. So exciting times. Exciting. I guess as a caster, I enjoy it all regardless because I'm not forced to play. When it comes to playing, different story. When it, I'm like, they haven't given us enough vetoes, Pappy. I want to get rid of all of this. When it comes to casting, I appreciate it more. But now, 3-1-1. Initial 3-rank setup. Going for our initial drop as well. Triple Widowmine drop here across the map. And this is designed to get some damage done, but also more importantly to scout. To scout a herO, to get a read on what's going on. We of course see it is a it is a Twilight Council opener out of herO. 3 gates. So 3-gate blink, a very safe play from our Protoss player. Designed to eventually take a 3rd and macro up into the mid game. So 3-gate blink. Widowmine drop coming in. Stalkers are in position. Up. And the mine shots are going to be going off. We do pull away in time. Thankfully, 3 pros for 3 Widowmines. Good defense out of herO. Meanwhile, Reaper into the natural. Gets 1 more probe. And we'll get a full scout. So checking the vision, Clem, he did get eyes on the tech. He did get eyes on the Robotics Bay as well. Is aware that herO is delaying his 3rd base in favor of Colossus production. Should just be a delay though. Now herO defends, and now it's time to counterattack. Now it's time for Clem to be the defender instead. He's got a bunker, he's got 1 tank in position, 2nd tank is on the way. Again, because it's post-youth, it is easier to defend 2 bases, or these 2 bases, because they're sharing the base, of course. herO does blink in. Tank has repositioned, poison being pulled. SCVs are going down, so far the control is solid. That's juggling here at a herO. Pulls away, takes out a lot of Marines. Does take a tank shot to the face. Takes down 9 Marines and 4 SCVs. Not bad. Drop coming back in. Go for the mineral line. The last. Ooh. Clem does punish. Takes down a Stalker. And Clem is holding. He does hold. We have a 2nd Stalker on the right. Sorry, 2nd tank on the right hand side. And herO, he's not just taking a 3rd, he's going for the gold. A very risky move here out of herO. But he's rushing into the gold base. As herO getting behind the mineral line, finding more damage, gets a medevac, not bad. Barely out of range of the tanks. Oh. Gets a Marine, gets 2 ACVs. And the goal for herO is to reinforce and to keep Clem busy, keep him pinned, while herO takes advantage of the gold. It's a risky maneuver here by herO. We'll see if we can get away with it. Colossus production has begun. We spoke earlier, he had the Bay first before the expansion. So faster Colossus and faster upgrades. So far, herO, he's doing well for himself. See him throwing down a ring of pylons, 2 pylons towards the left-hand side, Adept on the right. Trying to get a read on any kind of drop play, any move out. herO is getting prepared. Nice side on the Observer. Well done here by Clem. Is moving out, now taking his own 3rd. Clem, he finally breaks free, and now it's time for Clem to move out across the map. And can herO slow him down? Can he save and protect the gold? Oh, that's a lot of Terran, Pappy. As Clem does move out, spots the pylon, spots the expansion, he is aware. First Widowmine goes down. There's another behind. This tank's getting within range of the mineral line. Oof. Yeah, massive tank shots. They're barely within range. herO has to pull away. He's stuck with a 2-base economy. Yeah, cannot mine the gold. And can herO actually collapse on this? The Prism! Oh, Prism goes down. Bit of a misrally there from herO. He's blinking in, but he's going to be punished for it. Clem is going to completely shut this down. Takes out the Stalkers. Colossus are exposed. Clem rotating, and herO, he's up against the wall. He's hurting. Now up to 3 Colossus. The Colossus count is healthy, but what about the supports? What about the buffer? What about the gateway army for herO? Oh no, the Stalkers. Stalkers are going down. Clem dropping in towards the main. Going for a triple drop. Colossus pushing forward. Nice overcharge. herO, he can clean this up. Especially now that Clem has gone for the drop. The tanks will be shut down. Drop into the main. Forcing a recall. The Colossus are exposed. He gets 1. He gets 2. That was a brutal recall. That was not worth it. Both Colossus fall and everything else as well. Clem, he has done it. He's just broken herO. Pulled him apart left and right. The recall was not it. GG gets called, and Clem will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Clem. He will claim the series. Game 1 was very close, very back and forth. Here in Game 2, herO took a chance. herO, he took a risk when it came to rushing into the gold. And yeah, herO, he just had a really hard time defending that gold base, protecting it. The tank volleys were brutal. Unfortunately, he was denied any kind of mining at the gold, so he couldn't reinforce as quickly or as easily. On top of that, despite the pylons on the left-hand side, herO did not have detection or did not have vision on the right-hand side. herO was playing blind. He was in the dark. As a result, herO was not able to scout the double drop, and he was forced to, go for a panic recall. The recall did punish herO more than anything, as herO wasn't ready for it, and in the end, Clem did snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. Clem will advance on, and now we have our grand finals. It's going to be a best of 5 between Clem and MaxPax. Oh boy. And I do hope that MaxPax has been taking some notes and has been ruminating and theorizing. Again, these two have been playing quite frequently over the past couple of weeks, ever since EWC, and it has been quite heavily in favor of Clem. Pre-EWC, it used to be more back and forth. It used to be, more of a back and forth rivalry between Clem and MaxPax. Unfortunately, in recent weeks and recent months, it has been more one-sided, but MaxPax can take maps. He can take maps, and he can hurt.